Today I'll be sharing with you a recipe for rhubarb marmalade. This is an old recipe from a cookbook I found that's from 1913. And it's a very old recipe, and I'm so excited to share it with you today. And of course, the recipe will be down in the description for you to follow along with. I'm getting started by harvesting my own rhubarb. So it's super fresh, and if you have a rhubarb patch, that's perfect. And then I'm just using store-bought oranges and lemons, and I've washed everything so that there's no dirt or grime. For every 1 pound of rhubarb, we need 1 pound of sugar, and for every 2 pounds of rhubarb, we need 2 oranges and a half a lemon. So I'm getting started cutting all of this up. And I had it in my mind that I was going to be doing 6 pounds of rhubarb. And that's exactly what I ended up with. So it was perfect. I'm just using a kitchen scale and I'm weighing this out 1 pound at a time. And that's what 1 pound looks like. I didn't measure it out in terms of cups. And I'm just pouring this into a nice big bowl so that it can carry everything. And then because I had 6 pounds of rhubarb, I needed 6 oranges and 3 lemons. And the rest can be put away. And I'm going to be cutting all of this up into sort of a small dice, using all of the pulp and skin and everything. Next, I'll be measuring out the sugar. So I need 6 pounds of sugar. And because I had my measuring cup, I found out that a pound of sugar is about 2.5 cups, but you want to weigh it out to be precise. And then I'm just going to mix all of this together, and then we need to cover it over and let it sit for about 24 hours to get all of the juices and everything flowing. Now, I did go ahead and stick this in our farm's cooler because last year I had a problem with fruit flies getting into an entire batch of relish that I ended up having to throw out. So here's what it's looking like the next day. And I'm just going to be transferring all of that mixture into a large stock pot and getting this on the stove and getting it to a boil. In the old book from 1913, it said that we need to cook this for about an hour. And that was about accurate. We need to cook it down almost to a candy-like state. I always refer to my Bernardin home canning book just to have accurate canning times for today's standards. And here's what it looks like ready. And I'm going to do the plate test. You need a cold plate. I had mine in the freezer, and it should gel up like that on the cold plate. So this is ready for canning. I already have all of my canning equipment ready to go, and I like to sterilize my jars in the oven. If you would be interested in a sort of canning 101 tutorial, let me know. This is not a canning tutorial. We're going to be leaving a 1/4 inch headspace and water bath canning these for 15 minutes Adjusting your time for altitude. I needed to add an extra 5 minutes, so I canned it for 20 minutes. £6 of rhubarb ended up getting me 10 pint jars of rhubarb marmalade. And here's a little look at the final product, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you enjoyed today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I share videos every single week on homemaking, food from scratch, and life on our farm. Thank you so much for joining me today.